What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and today we're covering the Barren Badlands day and night, doing all the research requests. And before we begin, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and check out my other Pokemon Snap videos. Our first request on daytime level will be Let's Play. And to start this request, you need to throw fruit at the Diglett right to your left, and keep throwing fruit at this Diglett. As you progress, the Diglett will follow you, and you want to keep throwing fruit at the Diglett. Eventually, the Rockruff will run past two Diglett, and then if you throw another fruit at the Diglett, the two Diglett will throw the fruit at each other, and this is your 4-star photo opportunity for the research request. Taking the main path, our next request is an Alluring pose. To get the Salazzle behind the rock, you need to play music. And then you need to play music again to get the Salazzle to dance. While the Salazzle is dancing, you can hit it with an orb, and this is the pose you want to capture for your photo request. The next request on the main path is a gigantic Koffing. In order to get that gigantic Koffing, you need to have a Koffing to be right above the Crystal Bloom flower on the left side of the toxic pool. This can be a bit tricky as the Koffing won't always necessarily do this, but if you hit the Koffing on the right side with an orb, there's a higher chance of this Koffing moving over to the flower. Once the Koffing's above the flower, you want to hit the flower with an orb. If this is done correctly, the Koffing will expand massively, and that will be your 4-star photo opportunity and photo request.
All right. Perfect timing.
Our next request is Open Wide, and we will be taking the alternate path to access this. In order to access the alternate path, you need to hit the Crystal Bloom flower with an orb before you get to the pool. When you get to the pool, you'll now be able to take the alternate path to the left. While on the alternate path, you'll be looking to your left and you'll see Salazzle on the Poison Volcano. You need to hit the Salazzle, or at least get close to hitting Salazzle, with a fruit. When you do this correctly, a Koffing will jump out of the volcano. And you want to follow the Koffing as it will get swallowed up by a Swalot. And your photo request opportunity is when the Koffing is in the Swalot's mouth, and you want to have burst mode on and take as many photos as possible.
Perfect timing. Hey.
Our final request on the daytime version of the Badlands also requires the alternate path. So you have to hit the rock into the water by hitting the Crystal Bloom flower on the right side of the map early enough so you can get the option to go to the left side of the rock to access the alternate path. When you are on top of the alternate path, you will see a Tepig in front of you, and the Tepig will be hanging on the edge. When you see the Tepig, you want to hit the scan function. And when you hit the scan function, Tepig will be brave enough and jump onto the next part of the level. Tepig will now be in position to jump over the gap. To get Tepig to jump over the gap, you'll need to hit him with an orb. I highly recommend doing this after you get through the Scolipede fight so you can get the best photo opportunity as you can, as this is a very quick jump, and I recommend also putting it on burst mode because you only have a couple of seconds to get this shot through, and you have an awkward angle to hit the Tepig with an orb from below. So I recommend getting as close as possible before doing it. You can hit the Tepig without seeing it in this position, as I do, and you can get your photo here. But if you want a nice and up and close one, I recommend getting as close as possible and then throwing the orb.
Let's do this. Perfect timing. Excellent.
Moving on to the night research request on Barren Badlands, will be on research level 2. And our first one is Crust-side Down. So to get this, we're going to want to head on the main path and not take the secret path, and hit the Tranitar with a fruit as far as possible with its back turned away from us. We do not want the Tranitar to actually see us. We just want to hit him with a fruit without him knowing. When you hit him with a fruit, Tranitar will get mad. Tranitar will then approach the Crustal and knock him over for your photo request. Make sure to have the camera on Crustal and not the Tranitar to complete this request.
Now then. Perfect timing.
Our next request is Gassy Swamp Battle, which is definitely one of the more difficult requests. So at the beginning of the level, you're going to see 2 Sandshrews, and you're going to want to hit the Sandshrew on the left with an orb. When the Sandshrew is going down the hill, you want to hit the Diglett in the ground with an orb, so the Sandshrew hits the Diglett, so he doesn't roll away. If you've done this correctly, the Sandshrew will move onto the level and dig away from the position. Further into the level, you'll see a Sandshrew at the end. The second Sandshrew that you brought over will be here. At this point, you want to hit the Diglett right of those Sandshrew with an orb and a fruit to make it appear. Doing this will make sure the Diglett will move on to the next level. The next step is to wake up the Gliscor by hitting it with a fruit. Make sure to hit it with a fruit and it'll wake up and move on to the next part of the level. If done correctly, the Sandshrew will roll all the way down the hill and hit the Scolipede at the bottom. The Gliscor and the Scolipede will interact after the Gliscor gets afraid of the incoming meteorites. And since this has been done correctly, the Gliscor and the Scolipede will fight each other. And your photo opportunity is when they are fighting each other. Make sure that they are both in frame and that the Scolipede is the focus of the shot.
Really? All right. Nice work.
Our next request is Guardian of Friends. In order to access this, you need to take the alternate path. In order to take the alternate path, you need to hit 3 Digletts in the beginning with orbs and then take photos of them. Once you have 3 Digletts hit, you can hit the Crystal Bloom Flower next to the boulder, and the 3 Digletts will knock over the boulder so you can access the path to the left. This will shoot you with the geyser into the air into the correct path. On the secret path, you'll see Rockruff and his friends sleeping. You need to hit the Rockruff with a fruit so he wakes up. Once the Rockruff wakes up, a Mandibuzz will attack. And at this moment, you need to hit the Rockruff with an orb, and the orb will make Rockruff roar and scare the Mandibuzz away. The photo request is taking a picture of Rockruff as the main focus doing this action.
Now then.
Our next request is Sleepy Gliscor. In order to activate this, you need to hit the Sandstorm Vivillion with an orb. After doing this, you need to make sure to hit 3 Digletts of orbs and take photos of them, so you can access the secret path to the left of the geyser.
Really?
After accessing this path, I highly recommend hitting the turbo button. This will make the next part a lot easier as you'll be a lot closer to the Vivillion, so you can make sure they can put the Gliscor to sleep. While you're going up this path, you're going to see a Gliscor in front of you. You're going to want to hit the Gliscor with the fruit. Then the Gliscor will be going to the left. Also to your left are 2 Sandstorm Vivillion you want to hit with your orbs. The one farthest left will hit the Savannah Vivillion, which will then put Gliscor to sleep using sleep powder. The 4-star photo request here is when Gliscor is yawning.
Now then. Perfect timing.
Our next request is the Illusion of the Badlands. On the left side of the map, you'll see a sleeping Zeraora, and you want to hit the Zeraora with a fruit to wake him up. Once the Zera is woken up, he'll run by you on the left. Now we're going to be taking the regular path and paying attention to the Tyranitar on the right that's sleeping. Just like with the Crustal, we'll be hitting the Tyranitar with a fruit while it does not see us. Once we hit the Tyranitar, it's going to get mad and use Sandstorm right in front of it. If done correctly, Zeraora will appear on the cliff, looking at the Tyranitar. And Zeraora will jump down, ending the Sandstorm, and then your 4-star photo request is when Zeraora powers up and goes full electric form. And you want to focus on Zeraora when taking this photo. And then they'll proceed to fight so you can get even more great photos.
All right. Perfect timing.
Our final photo request is Valley of Vivillion, and we'll be hitting the first 3 Vivillion on the level with orbs, 1 on the right and 2 on the left. These Vivillion will spread the orb to the other Vivillions on the level. We will be taking the secret path, so we will want to take pictures of the Digletts in the beginning with orbs. You only need to take pictures of 3 of them and then hit the Crystal Bloom Flower to start the alternate path. As you will see, all the Vivillion are starting to gather and move on throughout the level. While on the secret path, we'll see a crystal bloom flower in the back right, and we want to hit that flower as soon as we possibly can. When we hit that flower, a bunch more Vivillion will come and gather in that location. From the Vivillion that are coming in from the backside of the cliff, there will be Vivillion from the jungle region. You want to make sure you take a photo of Vivillion that are from the non-sandstorm region for this photo request. To do the photo request, you're going to need to hit the crystal bloom flower again, and you need your camera focused on another Vivillion. I used the green jungle one in the center as it was the easiest one to do. Once you take your photos, you'll have your photo request finished. Well guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel for other Pokemon content and other video game action. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.